What's up, lads and ladettes? How are we doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. So before we get into today's hunt, I'm just going to start off the video by explaining a few little things. This video will be longer than normal. You can skip forward to when the hunt starts if you want, but this start is going to have a lot of information attaining to the channel and all that sort of stuff. So I've finally pinned down a schedule. I'm going to be, and with that schedule has come a plan of attack of how I'm going to record these videos. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is how video recording is going to work for the channel going forward, at least for the next year or two while my wife is studying, and also how live streaming over on Twitch will work for those of you guys that follow me over on Twitch. First, I'm going to have pretty much 5 days a week. I'm going to have from 5 p.m. till 11 p.m. to really do any sort of work. And I've decided that I'm going to do at least one Entropia hunt each day, and that is going to consist of my daily hunting challenges, right? So, essentially what's going to happen is, when I sit down to record, I'm going to grab all of my daily hunting challenges, and then I'm going to pick the one that I find the most interesting, and the one that I think will be the most fun to hunt. Today, I'm going to be going with the Kill 100 Aatrox, because that seems like the more fun one. Fugabaraba, they're not as fun. The Defender robots, if this was more like 100 Defender robots, then I'd go with this one. But the Aatrox is really where it's at. The way it's going to run is I'm not going to have a set PED amount. I'm just going to grab all of my ammunition and probably buy extra, and then I'm going to kill and cycle until I've completed the challenge, and then we'll come out and we'll look at how much we got back, and that will essentially be how it runs. I will try to keep things relatively even, so you know how I've got 215 PED here, I might decide to take out 200, and I would have 200 PED worth of universal ammunition, and I would cycle until it is done. And I will be recording that every single day. So 7 days a week, you guys will get an Entropia hunting video, as well as a daily, either a daily or a bi-daily mining video. So at least 2 Entropia videos a day, and they're all going to be based around my daily activities in-game. So, if I grab a daily mining mission that is like, this amount of Alicenes liquid or whatever, I'll try to find an area that I know has the Alicenes liquid, and then I will go out and I'll try to find that amount, or if it's crude oil or list or iron, whatever it may be, I'll go out and I'll try to get that stuff. The mining videos might be a little bit edited in order to actually achieve that goal, but we're going to come into each video with a set goal in mind. Today's will be kill 100 Aatrox. That will be the goal. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was the other games that I'm going to be playing. So you guys know that I'm going to be adding in extra games. So you're probably going to end up seeing around about at least 2 videos a day to maybe 3 videos a day. Those extra videos will include whatever games I'm playing at the time. Right now I'm playing Path of Exile. In fact, I got a lot of good advice from Didgeridoo Vibes, which has helped me significantly. That's fucking great. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of videos, and it's going to be great. Monday to essentially Friday will be in the evenings will be my recording times, except for the days that my wife has off. When it comes to streaming, when the days that my wife has off are the days that I'm going to be streaming, and I'm going to be streaming from around about 1 p.m. my time to around about 10 p.m. So it's going to be a 9-hour long stream. And obviously there'll be breaks in between, there'll be all that sort of stuff, but it's going to be a long ass stream. For those of you, that way people from all over the shop that follow me are able to catch at least some live time and all that sort of stuff. So that's what's going to be happening with the schedule, and that's all the schedule information that I want you to know Done and dusted. Now, the next stuff that I'm going to be talking about, I'm actually going to be talking about while I'm killing the Aatrox, but I just want to talk about something quickly, and that is the markup of Mind Force attack chips. So we're just going to go limited, and then we're going to go low to high, and look at that. Like the first page is 102 to 105. And, you know, there's some decent stuff like this corrosive attack nanochip 4. You know, there's a whole mess of stuff. Even this kinetic attack nanochip 9, right? 103%. Of course, you got to be level 31, but it has a damage per second of 53.8. So keep that in mind as we go out and we kill some Aatrox. So we're going to be taking out our... Oh, no, don't merge stacks. We are going to be taking out 200, and hopefully that will be, hopefully cycling through that will be enough to kill the 100 Aatrox. We do have our, some Merry Mayhem Candy Cane, and we have our BC 25 with a 20p thing to it, so that's going to be very, very good. We are going to head over to Jura Plateau, which is right here. We're going to head over to Jura Plateau, and that's where we're going to be hunting our Aatrox. And that's also where I'm going to explain the various things that are going to be happening between, you know, with my avatar. So first we're going to pop a couple of Pilly Pills, and we're also going to bring up... Not our events. We don't want the events. God damn it. Gonna bring this up, and we're gonna put our BC 25 and set that there. And lovely, absolutely beautiful. And we're also gonna consume a candy cane thing. How fucking good. And we're gonna go out and start killing. Now, we want to go out this way. I have finally figured out how I'm going to be running my avatar from now for quite a while. So, the rifles that I'm going to be going with. Now, I will be going with rifles and not pistols. I'm going to be going with rifles, but I will be going with the BLP rifles because they just seem better than laser rifles. They just do. They seem way better than laser rifles, so I'm going to be going with BLP. But... here's what I'm going to be doing. Every single day, I'm going to be doing my... as long as I've got the damage capability to do it, I'm going to be doing my daily challenge 1, 2, and 3. As long as the third one is of a level and is a mob that I can actually hunt and kill, then I'll be doing all of my daily challenge missions, including... that is including doing the... yeah, that is including doing the Pfeffoid Cave and the Argonaut Cave. You know, so every day I should get between 5... I should either get 5 or I should get 8 daily tokens. Because for my rifles, after I've finished with this BC 25, I am going to be almost exclusively using daily weapons as my rifles, okay? Now, my rifles are going to be used for these sorts of hunts, right? For these sorts of things, you know, hunting the bigger mobs for my level. So, you know, Pfeffoids, Aatroxes, Maphoids, whatever mob is like the higher daily challenge mob. Now, I am also going to be using Mind Force. Now, the other day when I was doing a live stream, I was sort of asking how I wanted to go about doing things. And a lot of people were suggesting that I go with Mind Force. Other people were suggesting that I go with BLP. And then I thought to myself, fuck it, why not both? You know, the BLP, I'll do the daily stuff is what I'll do to get my BLP. But for things that I don't want to use my daily weapon for, I decided to get myself this little chip right here. I got a corrosive attack nanochip 4. And it is, I used it earlier on today while hunting at Fort Laha, and man, can I tell you that I really fucking like using this. Its speed and its distance is around about the same as a pistol, thereabouts. A little bit less range than a pistol, I think, but it works. It works quite well. It works really nicely. I'm not 100% certain why. Like, okay, so check this, right? So my attacks per minute is 60 out of 62. But I'm fully proficient in it. You know, my pyrokinetic hit is 14.3, and the max learning period is 14. So I don't know what's up with that. But here's the but. 22.6 damage per second. This is absolutely perfect for some of the lower level mobs that I want to hunt, right? And also some of them that I want to try swunting. This is going to be absolutely perfect for that. So I no longer have to buy a weapon of that sort of caliber anymore, because I've got one and I'll be able to utilize it. And because it's pyrokinetic, right? Because it's pyrokinetic, it will increase my pyrokinetic skills, which means I'll be able to get arsenic chips. Arsenic chips? Arsenic? The ones that do the damage over time. I'll be able to get that, and I'll be able to use the higher level ones as I get higher level. So I'll be able to sort of systematically increase my DPS by increasing my pyrokinetic skills and being able to utilize the far higher arsenic chips, right? And of course, the other reason why I want to use these Mind Force chips is, do you remember earlier on in the video where I showed you the markup of all these, the limited chips? 103% for like a corrosive attack nano chip 6, or was it 7? It was nice and high. And you go on to the next page, and even like the real high ones that are doing like, you know, 60, 70 DPS, they don't even get into the 110% range. And it's going to be an absolutely fantastic thing to utilize, because now that I've got this chip specifically, I'll be able to grind up my pyrokinetic skills for, you know, relatively happy thing. And I know there's going to be some people that are like, but Scott, the efficiency parameter, you know, here, what about that? You know, I know it's in the 50s, right? I know it's in the 50s, but we got to remember that according to MindArc, that little efficiency parameter is all base. All that goes into is giving you some extra TT value from 0 to 7%. That's all that does. The damage per peck is about comparable with it's about comparable with like the R Matrix series of this sort of DPS, right? It's of a similar sort of ilk, so I am incredibly happy with this buy, and I really fucking like using it. It is really fun to use. If you haven't tried Mind Force and you've been questioning, oh, do I want to try it? Just grab a cheap Mind Force, like limited Mind Force chip, and give it a go, because it is really good. It is really fun to utilize, and when I mean fun, I mean it is fucking fun to use. And some of the Mind Force chips, I did also buy a kinetic chip. A kinetic chip 3? I think. Now, I'm not fully proficient in that one yet, but I will eventually. The reason why I'm getting the kinetic one is because the more higher damage, like singular hit ones, come from what I understand, more the electrokinesis sort of stuff. And if I'm able to target mobs with, you know, specific health amounts between the 20 and 40 damage that the kinetic chip that I have does, once I'm fully done with it, all I have to do is just one hit and they dead. You know, I might be able to go after sort of like lower level stuff, like lower level, what are they called? Diakabers. I might be able to go after even robots and things like that. Like lower level stuff, but I can kill in one hit. So the lack of speed shouldn't be too much of an issue if I'm able to kill them in one shot if I'm able to kill them in one shot, mind you. You know, mobs that are like, you know, mobs that have health of like 45, like, or 50, it would take 2 shots, but I'm not too fussed. Once I actually get to the point where I'm not, you know, my hit and my critical stuff is 10 out of 10, then that'll, you know, that'll be a non-issue. But luckily I'm able to get lower level stuff to increase that, or I can increase my electrokinesis with the you know, the stuff that I get from my codex missions and things like that, so I can passively increase those, and, you know, even possibly increase them via using pyrokinetic, you know, just by increasing some of the other skills that go into using the Mind Force chips. And I really think it's going to go well for me, because now all I have to worry about is the repair cost of my Mind Force chip, which, if I'm doing some sweating in you know, on the side as well, then the amount of PED that I could get from the sweat, especially if I use this for swanting, the sweat that I get should cover the repair cost. Should cover the repair cost. It's not a 100% for definite thing that it will cover the repair cost, but I'm fairly confident that it will. And then all I have to worry about is just using my universal ammunition that, you know, I'll get each fortnight or each week, and also my, you know, the synthetic mind essence if I want to pay for mind essence. So yeah, so I've bought, you know, I bought that chip. My rifles are going to come from the daily missions, which means I shouldn't need to buy rifles at all for quite a while. And that also means that if I decide to use, like, if I do this, and I decide to use my Mind Force for the Daily Hunting Challenge 1 and 2, if I'm able to, then I won't have to worry about the decay of the daily weapon, and it could last for longer. And then I can collect them over time and then use them in Mayhems. It just seems to work more logically in my brain for someone who's, you know, I'm not able to deposit, you know, 1,000 ped each fortnight or whatever, you know, maybe 300 to 400 PED a fortnight. I could, you know, I can do it. But yeah, I won't be able to, like, deposit a shitload until, like, way later on down the line when I've got that sort of disposable income. But for now, I think I have a solid plan. I really do. I think I've got a solid plan, and I think that plan will work out really well for me. Just on the basis of I won't have to worry about buying rifles, and I've got my mid-level weapon that I'm going to be utilizing, which is the corrosive nanochip 4, and it's unlimited, so it works really well for me. And I really like the decay rates of that chip. It works really well, and the usage, the actual ammo usage is very good, so I'm able to hunt lower level mobs for a long fucking time, and it increases my personal playtime, which is really good. Like, everything that I've been doing and everything that I've been thinking about over the past week or two has all been to increase my playtime and my you know, just all of the potentials that I'll have in Entropia Universe. Like, let's face it, most of the things that I'm doing, it is for, like, Entropia Universe reasons. You know, I love this game to bits. It is probably my favorite game, hands down. Like, and it really gets on my nerves whenever people are like, you know, Entropia Universe is a shit game, and you shouldn't play it. You know, if they don't give you money, then it's just shit. I 100% disagree. It is probably one of my favorite sci-fi games. It is probably one of my favorite MMOs to play, just because there's always something to do. I always feel like I'm progressing. I always feel like I could be doing something extra to boost myself up even more. Even if that something is literally just getting attacked by mobs to increase my evasion, my defensive skills. you know, just training without cost, you know, and while I'm out doing that, I could be, you know, sweating or looking for fruit or, you know, small things that go a long fucking way, right? Small things that go a long way, and it's just something special about it that, I don't know, it just, when someone says, oh, it's a shit game, I think it's because they're not looking at it from the perspective of it being a video game. I think they're looking at it from a perspective of either a business or from the perspective of I want to make money, which is a shit way to look at any game, right? It's a shit way to look at any game. Like like if you want to make money playing video games, start up a Twitch. You know, start up a Twitch, get your friends to like watch you and hang out, you know, play whatever game that you enjoy, get affiliate, and then earn some ad revenue and some biddies and things like that. It's all G, right? If you want to earn a little bit of money. When it comes to Entropia though, you know, you can earn money if you want to just sit there and sweat. You know, a lot of people say, you know, oh, you know, sweating won't make you money. It can. If you were to, if like across an entire year, if you were to sweat the equivalent of 5 PED each day, you know, across 100 days, that is 500 PED, right? Then across 300 days, that's 3,000 that's 1,500 PED, sorry, and that's enough to withdraw, you know. That's enough to withdraw. So you can make money in the game if you're just looking at making a little bit of extra scratch. Like for like buying a bottle of, you know, something at the end of the year, or, you know, just for extra beer money, like later on, like, you know, if you only drink on your birthday or whatever, you know, you can do it like that. So you can make money in the game, but you shouldn't look at it as a way to make money. You should look at it as a fun, I find it very enjoyable, very chill, very enjoyable, very relaxing, sci-fi, absolutely beautiful looking game. Like, I'm hunting weird fucking dinosaur things as the sun is, what is it, setting? You know? And I'm talking about ways of optimizing my avatar so I can, like, increase the amount of damage that I do and all this different shit, right? And there's so many different ways that you can play the game that there's just something really special about it. And like you might agree with me, you might disagree with me. I know there's a lot of players that have like the similar sort of mindset that I do, where, you know, you should play it as a game, you should just have fun and enjoy it. You know, I know Lawspade is very much in the camp of, you know, just play the game, enjoy the game, just shoot things and have fun. And I'm well on board with that. I am well on board with that train of thought. But not everyone is. You know, I know certain YouTubers, certain content creators that, you know, straight up say that the game is shit, but encourages people to play the game, which is just, I don't get it. You either like the game or you don't like the game. If you think the game is shit, don't play it just for the potential of making some money, because that's not what it's about, you know? Like, genuinely, I don't, like, yeah, it's marketed as you can make money in the game, but you shouldn't play it to make money. And I think that the game should, the game should change slightly to accommodate the modern playstyle of MMOs, especially with sci-fi stuff. Like the combat should be a little bit more smooth and solid. You know, you should have a fire rate on the weapons, but things should slightly change just to make it seem a little bit more action-packed, in my opinion, as opposed to pressing F and all that sort of stuff. I mean, you can do that, but I think there should be, you know, maybe a little bit more animation put into it, a little bit more stuff. Maybe if you can see like visual damage on mobs as you're shooting them, that would be cool. Or even some blood, or if you're hitting robots, some sparks and shit like that. That could be cool. Something to add a little bit more immersion, right? I wouldn't change the preface of the game in any circumstances. Maybe they can add in some more story missions, which would be like really cool. Maybe they can. Oh yes, fucking global, 55p fucking D global right there, son. Hell fucking yeah. And you know, that's gonna make me a very happy man. We are back up to yeah, we're at least break even. We are back up to at least break even. So that's a solid deal for me. That's a solid deal for me. And it's things like that that just make me, you know, when things like that, exactly what happened, that is what I find really fun. You know, when spontaneous globals happen, it's really enjoyable. You know, so no, I don't think the game, it is probably my favorite game. That's why I am going to, like, as I stated at the start, and I think I stated in the previous video that I uploaded today, or yesterday when you guys are going to be seeing this video, I want to make more videos. And using these daily hunting challenges is a brilliant way to make sure that I upload more videos. Because I can do a daily hunting challenge every fucking day. And it's all going to be different. There are going to be days where I don't get shit. There's going to be those lucky days where I'll get globals, or fuck, I might even get a HOF. You know, they might send me after a, you know, they might send me after Maphoids or Phefoids or something, and I can get like an all-time high, you know? Like, it's possible. You never know. You know, those cool things do happen and could happen. I'm going to be releasing a mining video, hopefully today. I'm going to be releasing a mining video, the day that you guys are watching this, and I actually recorded that a couple of days ago. I did a FOMA run, right? I did a FOMA run, and that turned out really good. I want to say that I about broke even on that run, but I got a lot of skills. I got a lot of skills because I was using a TerraAmp 7, right? And it worked out really well. So my mining skills are going up and up. And I do want to do daily mining as well, because the daily mining will go towards being able to, or hopefully being able to make some stuff later on down the line. Maybe make some enhancers, maybe make some weapons to sell. Just, you know, fun shit. There's just some fun stuff. And I'm very much hoping that I can set myself a budget and keep within that budget and figure things out. But that's why I'm happy to do these daily hunting challenges, because they could vary from hunting these Aatrox olds to hunting, like going out and killing some Shinkabers, which will cost far less, or going out and killing Snabblesnots, which is, you know, even less still, or Exarosaurs. You know, very, like, it will vary widely, so I can look at it, I can go, okay, what sort of PED do I have to work with? Alright, this is what I'm going to be doing. This is how I'm going to work it. And this is the weapon that I'm going to be using, and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's going to be very, very cool. And then the rest, I can do, you know, just in my downtime. And if I do it that way, then no matter what, I'm going to be able to upload, you know, upload my videos. Like, because I love the game. The game itself is, you know, it's fan-fucking-tastic. And then I can grab shots like that global that I just had, and I can use that as the thumbnail. You know, so the thumbnails will vary and all that sort of stuff, but I'll be able to utilize that as a thumbnail. And, you know, it will just work out really well for me. And I'm excited for, like, the next year. Like, from now till the end of the year. I'm really excited, because now that I've got a game plan, I can start investing again. Now that I've got a solid game plan of what I want to do. And now that I know that the weapons that I'm going to be the weapons that I'm going to be getting are going to be from the daily missions. Like the rifles are going to be from the daily missions, and that the lowered level stuff, it'll either be the TT rifle or my Barbarella. It'll probably be my Barbs, or it will be my corrosive attack chip. You know, it will be my corrosive chip. It will be one of those three, depending on what I'm hunting. And it just makes things a lot more streamlined, so I can just go out and I can hunt and I can hunt and I can hunt. And then at the end of the month, the loot that I got, I can sell. And then the loot that I sell, the money that I get from that, I can throw it into shares. You know, and if I do it on the day that I deposit more ammunition, then fuck, it's just, everything's just going to go up. And then by the end of the year, I'm going to be sitting in a position where I'll be able to do even more. You know, I'll be able to sort of set my self aside, like my stuff aside for like a few months, like just in my shares. And then if I run low, I could be like, oh wow, I've got like 200 PED in my shares, so you know I'll just withdraw that. Thank you very much. You know, it's just going to work out really well. And I think that's like the main thing that you got to do. You got to kind of sit back and you got to budget. You got to figure out what you enjoy doing within the game. But if you don't like the game, then don't play the game, unless the money-making aspect of the game is what you enjoy. Because there's nothing wrong with playing the game for the money-making aspect, because it is like a fun pseudo-business idea. You know, even sweating is a fun pseudo-business idea. Getting sweat, and then either selling the sweat or selling the sweat to the point where you can start buying Force Nexus and then like turning it into Mind Essence and selling it that way, you know, making like a pseudo business. And then later on down the line, once you're doing more and more and more, you know, turning it into an actual business, you know, if it's something that you're interested in. And I do know that there are people that have started full-on businesses in-game and withdraw each month and are able to sustain themselves on that sort of cash. Especially if you're withdrawing something like, you know, $10,000 to $15,000, like 10 to 15,000 PED a month. I know that there is companies like in the game, I think, and companies that have websites as well. You don't have to just make your money in game. You can also make money. I mean, I make content, and I don't make a lot of money. I make a few bucks a day at the moment, but I make content. But it's enough to, you know, get a little bit of extra scratch every couple of months. And, you know, that works for me, especially as a stay-at-home parent where I'm just enjoying myself, having fun, and keeping myself busy. But yeah, you know, if you like the game for the money-making aspect, you know, don't trash it and say that it's shit, because it's really not. You know, you might call it shit because you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know, you might not know what you're doing, or, you know, you might not enjoy what you're doing, but you're playing it just for the sake of playing it, which is never a good thing. You should never play a game just for the sake of playing the game. You should play the game because you enjoy it. But on a different note, right, I wanted to talk about, you know, since we're about halfway through our hunt. Wow, this is gonna be a long video. This is gonna be probably close to the like hour long. It's gonna be close to that hour mark, which is absolutely nuts. Didn't expect it to be this long, but I'm not doing you know, I'm not doing a ridiculous. I'm doing enough DPS to. Yeah, I'm doing enough DPS for these guys to. You know, to kill these guys, and you know they're not harming me at all, which is really cool. I think in the previous video I mentioned that I had changed over my plates. I sold my 5Bs and I bought Serpent Scale instead of the 5Bs because they do just a little bit less protection, but it's more than enough protection for me to hunt the mobs that I want without any issue. You know, these Aatrox, I can hunt these Aatrox just fine. And I'm going to be testing out the Maphoids at some point to see how I run with them. But that's pretty much my cutoff point, is like the Maphoids. I'm probably not going to hunt the Ambula Maxes unless I get a daily mission for it. Because you never know. The daily mission might prove, you know, to give even more cool shit. You know, you never know. You never know. But yeah. I want, fuck, what was I going to talk about? Shit. I actually forgot what I was going to talk about. Ah, yes, yeah, no, I remember. Or is this something else? Ah, yes. So, you know how I've been, sort of, not sort of challenging within myself, but, so in my brain, I've been trying to figure out, like, what planet I should stay on, right? And I've actually come to a conclusion that I obviously don't need to stay on the one planet. What I can do is I can travel between the planets that are close to me for, you know, specific reasons. You know, I can do all my dailies on Calypso, and then I can, you know, travel over to Entropia to do whatever free-to-play shit I want to do. Or to grind up some of my evasion skills or whatever. Like, depending on what I'm doing, I can do that. So I was thinking about what planet I should go to, and I've decided to obviously keep Calypso as my home base. It's going to be my home base. This is where I'm going to come back to. This is where I'm going to do all my daily missions to get my stuff. But if by the end of, after I finish all my dailies, I want to go to another planet to do some free-to-play shit, I can just head off to Entropia and do it there. You know, because you know, if I want to get oil, or if I want to sort of sweat some mobs, I can go over there and I can do some swanting or some sweating. It would be a little bit tricky getting the sweat back to Calypso, depending on how much. Or I can keep enough. I can just keep all the sweat in the Entropia thing, and then do a warp at some point in the future just to get it all back to Calypso. You know, that's always a possibility. You know, if I have something like 400,000 bottles of sweat, you know, which would take me fucking forever, you know, a solid like half a year of grinding out some sweat. You know, but I can go over there, I can get some sweat, then I can go off and I can get some oil, and that will give me some passive sort of income to throw into whatever, really. Even if it's just to throw the oil into my vehicle, which is probably what I'll end up doing, you know, for the whole travel sort of thing. But I think it would be a good practice to get used to traveling to and from planets like each day, just to really get a good handle on different stuff. Of course, you know, there are free-to-play stuff that I can do on Calypso as well. Obviously, I can do swanting here. There are mobs that I like to swant, so that's not exactly free-to-play. But if I do it my style, where I drown one mob or lead one mob to a turret and then kill another mob, it pretty much comes out to me being on top and not losing anything. In fact, gaining stuff. And, you know, you really want to be selling your sweat on Calypso. Unless you're on Next Island. I think they go really well on Next Island, and I think you can sell it pretty well on Toulon as well, because there's you need, I think it's sweat and Nawa core fragment or whatever. You need to mix those together to make like a key to do the instances. They're really fun. Those instances are really fun. But yeah, you know, thinking about the planet I should be on has been an interesting one, because I always come back to Calypso. I'll head off planet and then I'm like, oh, I want to go back to Calypso. And then I just go back to Calypso. So I think, you know, getting used to the idea of traveling to and from is probably a solid idea. Probably a solid idea. And, you know, I think that's pretty much all the stuff that I wanted to really talk about today. So, what I might do is I might sort of just keep myself silent between now and the end of the hunt. And if, you know, that way if I get a global, then I can show the global. But if not, I can just edit out the in between parts, and hey, that was like 15 PED, that was nice. But I'll be able to edit out the in between parts, and yeah. So if you don't see any globals between now and the end of the video, then obviously there was no more globals. If not, I'll show you what I got by the end. Hey, talk about fucking Mind Force chips. We just got an Attack Nano Chip 5, an electric Attack Nano Chip 5. Let's have a look at this bad boy. Hell fucking yeah! Look at that. So this is a, I can't use it yet, but this is, you know, free fucking weapon. Free weapon, and obviously I would need to get, I'll need to upgrade myself to a 10, Neo, Scion, sorry, 20. I'll need to upgrade it to a 20 to utilize this. But hey, fucking check that out. Does 26.8 DPS, so a little bit more than the cryo, not the cryo, the corrosive, but that was a nice little mini. That was a nice little mini, not a global, but a nice little mini. And you know, those are the reasons why we play, boys and girls, because like we find these little cool things. Yeah, and I've got this. I found this combustive attack nano chip like ages ago. And I've got this one, and I've got this regen chip 5, but I might need to get a smaller regen chip just so I can level it up, because I need to be at 6.4 to even start using it. Man, I'm not even at 6.4. So what I might do is I might have to. I could probably put some codex stuff into that as well, because this is pretty good. It does you know, this does 33 to 44 heal intervals. So, and it's, you know, every 3 seconds, something like that, you get 33 to 44. So this is really good, really good, and it uses synthetic mind essence. So something like this is going to be, you know, really good. But man, that's what I'd do this for. But yeah, let's see if we're gonna get a global by the end of the video. But hell, even if we don't, I'm happy with what I've gotten so far. We did get that one global, and we got this mini with this little attack, electric attack nano chip 5, which we can use later on down the line. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, we got the Aatrox challenge rank increase. That's cool. Let's see what we'll be able to nab from that. Okay, so we can get, oh yeah, straight up getting perception. Straight up getting some perception. Perception is real, like, it's good. It's very good. Perception goes towards things like your animal looter and a whole bunch of other stuff. But we popped it up by 32.7, which is good. Anyway, we are getting awfully close to finishing off these guys. So, unless something interesting happens, you guys won't hear from me until the end of the vid, but, yeah, it's always good when you get a codex pop. It's always nice, it's always nice. Alright, so that's that done. I got my 3 daily tokens, which is cool, but let's just throw this down here in a nice straight line, and we will have a look at exactly what we got back. We're not going to make back what we put in, so if we put, so 62, we'll just say 62, and then we'll throw this in. We'll throw this in there. So, and then of course we'll throw this in. So 62 plus. So we got about 168 PED back. Now let's keep in mind the decay of this, which is why I can't wait until we're just using the daily weapons, because then the decay would be like a non-factor. Because that would be returned in the daily token, which, you know, will be very good. But if we think that obviously we came out less, we probably came out with about 75%, I reckon. Maybe 70% of what we put in, so not the greatest of runs, but I'm going to be sort of stopping. Obviously, I'll show you guys how much we got at the end of each run, but I'm actually going to be stopping the whole, in my own mind, how much I get at the end of each run. Instead, I'm going to see what my position is at the end of each month. and then kind of give myself a little bit of a, oh yeah, I'm in a decent position, I was able to invest, I've been able to hunt, I've been able to do all this, because I'm going to be depositing. If I wasn't depositing, then obviously I'll be looking at all this sort of stuff with very scrutinous sort of eyes, but, you know, all the loot's just going to go straight into the storage until I figure out what the fuck I'm going to do with it. And I don't think many of this, it doesn't really sell. This doesn't really sell either. What about this? This doesn't really sell either. So pretty much all of what I got, I think this stuff sells a little bit. Yeah. So pretty much all that I got was pretty shit. I might be able to use it in some kind of crafting or some shit. I have no idea. But either way, got this liver oil, which I think you need that for. Oh, is it Springs 2? Is it Springs 2? Do I have Simple Springs 2? Or Simple 2 Springs? I don't think I do. No, Simple 2 Springs. Pancreas oil is what it needs. Pancreas oil. What does pancreas oil look like? Which one was that one? Oh, this shit. Yeah, so that's for way later on down the line. But anyway, I'm going to be leaving it there for today, guys. You know, this video's gone on long enough. Now, just so you're aware, not all of the videos will be this long. There will be shorter videos depending on what I hunt in, like, whatever daily missions I get. I'll be picking and choosing sort of a day-to-day basis. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.